week to week so that we can really start to learn it, use it as that litmus test. Starting off nice and easy with just a little high knees march. Couple of deep breaths, checking in, seeing which body showed up today. And then if it feels good and if it feels right, we can turn it into that little jog, light on the feet. Otherwise, we're sticking with that march. And same thing with the booty kickers, heels to the bum, working through the front of your leg. And we'll take this into those little jogs, light on the feet. And taking this into alternating leg lunges, dropping your back knee, driving through the front heel. Trying to find your depth, your range of motion, your balance. Really think pressing through that front foot, keeping the chest lifted. Just a couple more. And then next time the right foot comes out in front, moving around in the low lunge, working out all the cracks, all the kinks, anything accumulated from the weekend, anything you don't need. Let it go. Settling in, bring yourself up, high lunge, finding your balance, finding your stability. Taking the back bend if you want. And left hand plants, right hand to the sky. Breathe into the twist. Both hands down, both feet back, nice strong plank. Shoulders stacked over elbows over wrists, belly button into the spine. Reach through your heels, reach through the crown of your head. And then the left foot can come forward. Once again, working out anything we don't need. And settling in, bring yourself up, high lunge, finding your balance. Little back bend if you want it. Right hand can plant, left hand to the sky. Breathe into the twist. And both hands down, both feet back. Nice strong plank. Settling in, really stacking your shoulders. Press through your heels, lift your hips, downward dog. And heels to the mat, hips to the sky. Walk your hands back to your feet. Roll it up one vertebrae at a time. And shake it off. All right. So getting started, we're going to do a quick little Tabata. So Tabatas are 20 seconds on, 10 seconds to reset or transition. First one is, it's really just 3 moves, but we're going to do one on the right and one on the left. So first up is our balance and reach on that right foot, which means you're balancing on that right foot, soft bend in that right knee. You reach out in front of you as far as you can go, as far out to the side as far as you can go, and as far back at 45 degrees. So not straight back. You go straight forward, side, 45 degrees. We're going to do that. Then we're down to that nice strong plank, mountain climbers, turning our knees into our chest. Then we balance on the left leg, balance, balance, balance. And we're going to go into our crisscross jacks. So right foot comes in front, right hand comes on top. We pop it out, left foot on front, left foot on top. So just 3 rounds, 20 seconds of work, that is it. We're going to get started balancing on that right foot. Settle in, soft bend in that right knee. Start to fire up that core, that balance, that hip complex. We reach forward with the left. We reach out with the left. And we reach back as far as we can go. So we reach as far forward, as far out, and as far back. Getting the arms involved, finding that balance, and reaching it out. I know it seems silly, but you'll feel it in that standing leg. Shake it off. We're down to the mat, and we go into our mountain climbers. So nice strong plank shape, and we're just going to churn these out, knees into the chest. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Hips stay low. Now we get our breath moving, our heart pumping. That same plank shape that was in our warm-up. Shoulders are behind your fingertips, belly button's drawn into the spine. 5 seconds left. We're right back up to our feet. 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Now we're balancing on that left leg. Slight bend. Soften that left knee. We reach out in front. We reach out to the side. And we reach back at 45. How far? You may have to move and wiggle and all of that. That's totally fine. Just see, make it a game. See if you can reach a little bit further each time. And all of that weight on that standing leg. There you go. And shake it off. Crisscross jacks, last move. Right foot comes in front. Right hand is going to come on top. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. And taking that little crisscross jack. Light on those feet. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Once again, get the breath moving, the body moving. Always have that option of that step, step, step. Get those shoulders warmed up. Last 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Those are our 4 moves. That's it. Now we just do them again and then again. So we're going to stand on that right leg, soften that right knee, strong through the core. Lift the chest, reach that left foot out in front. Reach that left foot out to the side. Reach that left foot back at 45. Find your balance. There you go. My advice is maybe try to get those arms involved. It might give you a little bit more range. And shake that off. We're down to the mat. We're taking that mountain climber. Shoulders stay behind your fingertips. Always have the option of doing these on your forearms as well. If the wrists are sensitive, just churning it out, running it out, holding that nice strong plank shape. First and foremost, 6 seconds away. That's it. In 3, 2, 1. Shake it up. Now we're onto that left leg. Soften the left knee and reach out in front. We reach out to the side and we reach back at the diagonal. Really think about stable through that left hip. And there you go. Nice. And that's the way to get those arms involved. Perfect. There we go. Finding that balance there. I love it, love it, love it. Whee! And all the while that left leg starts talking to you. Whew, shake that off. Tend to breathe. Right hand on top, right foot in front. It's like a dance party. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Sunday morning dance party. And I am currently, fun thing about we make Sundays a regular thing. I'll be in a different city every single time that we hop on. So today I'm in Raleigh. I'm out on the porch of my brother's house in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's a nice, cool, rainy fall day. It's kind of nice. So hopefully I also won't become a sweaty mess by the end of this, but no promises. Right foot, standing leg, soften that right knee. We reach out. We reach out to the side and we go back at diagonal. Like I said, it's a dance class, except now we're back in ballet. Here we go. We reach out, forward, finding that balance as far as we can reach, and shake that off down to the mat. We got those climbers. 60 seconds of work left. That's it. 3 more moves at 20 seconds each. And 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Out on the porch because it's a beautiful day to be outside, but also because my brother has 3 boys under the age of 6 inside. So I'm not sure you'd be able to hear a word I said if I was actually inside. So in 3, 2, 1, shake it off. And me being the third of 3 boys, it has given me a whole new sense of respect for my parents. So left leg, soften that knee. We reach out in front. We reach out to the side. We reach back at diagonal. Out in front. How far can we reach that 1 extra inch? That 1 extra inch. How do we do it? How do we manipulate the body? How do we move that body to reach? 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Last 20 seconds. Crisscross. We go dance party, and then we're moving on. That's it. Quick little 6-minute warm up, get some balance, and get that heart rate up. So here we go. Last 20. Earn those trumpets. Earn those trumpets. And little finesse, followed by a little bit of oomph, a little bit of power. 3, 2, 1. Trumpets. Awesome. So now we're going to go into longer intervals. So we were doing 20-second intervals. Now we're going to mix up our moves. We're going 45 seconds on each of these moves. Once again, 2 of them are unilateral. We're going to do it on the right and on the left. So first up, single leg, single arm, curl, press on the right and on the left. So you can grab those dumbbells. I don't have very heavy dumbbells, so I'm going to link these up. You guys can do whatever you want to do. Right hand is going to take the weight. Right knee is going to lift. That same balance that we just fired up. Core is strong. Hips are stacked. We're just going to curl, press, lower, lower. Curl, press. We have 45 seconds of that. So things that are going to want to start to happen as we fatigue out. We're going to want to sink into that hip. We're going to want to start to swing those dumbbells on that bicep curl. Try not to let it happen. First 2 moves, we're going to take that balance and curl. And we'll get started here in just a second. Nessa's just doing last little bit of spring cleaning here, fall cleaning here. So, awesome. We got that dumbbell in the right hand, which means our right knee is going to lift any type of weight you have in cans, dumbbells, whatever. And we'll curl and press and lower and lower. So we're just going to use that right hand. There we go. Perfect, perfect. Finding that balance. You can poke yourself on that left side and see that that left oblique is having to work right now. You're stabilizing. You're getting an ab exercise without having to do a single sit-up. Yet, spoiler alert, those come later, but not now. Strong and stable through the core, through the standing leg. All those little micro twitch muscles in your ankle, your calf, your quad, your glute, your hip, your core, everything works as we're getting a little bit of bicep, tricep, shoulder work. Why not? 3, 2, 1, shake it off, switch it up. Right leg's going to be our standing leg, left knee lifts, lift and lengthen first, and then curl and press, lower and lower. As we fatigue that, we're going to want to start to compensate here. We're going to want to swing that arm, which will just end up throwing off our balance. So really focus on that tight, drawn in core, strong and stable. Perfect, y'all. Looking good, looking good. Finding that balance. And we have 10 seconds left. There's like a mirror or a window over here that looks right into the kitchen. And I just keep expecting to look over and see one of my nephews just like staring out of it. All right, so we're gonna go and do our sumo squat with an upright row into a thruster. So sumo squat with that upright row. Feet are wide, toes point out at 45. Feet wider than the shoulders. We're gonna take that deep squat, really opening up the hips and groin. And then elbows stay higher than the wrist when we lift those elbows. So you kind of feel like an Oompa Loompa a little bit. Then we're going to rack those weights, narrow those feet a little bit, explode through that squat, and use the power of those legs to pop those bells right through the roof. So we start with that sumo squat, feet wide, toes pointed out, tracking your knees over your toes, chest stays nice and lifted, and row. We take that sumo, press on up, take that row. Keeping your chest as lifted as possible, elbows higher than the wrists. Always, always, you should feel this in the inner thigh, the outer hip and glute. As you ride that elevator down, press through the floor and 15 seconds, 45 seconds in total. It's a little longer than we may want it to be. Press the floor away. In 7 seconds. 3, 2, 1. We rack those weights, elbows tight to the ribs, thumbs plug into the shoulders, feet narrow, sit back into that squat, explode through that squat. There should be an indentation in your floor from how hard you press your feet into the floor from that squat. Let that momentum of the squat shot put those weights right through the roof. The shoulders should already be a little tired from that strict curl and press. So we want the legs doing 80% of the work here. Matching breath to movement, belly button draws in. That nice, tall, stacked shape. Yes, Sarah, these look awesome. Perfect, Vanessa, love it. Last 5. Finish it up, 3, 2, and shake it off. All right, we're back to slowing things down a little bit. We're gonna go into our single leg deadlift with a row. Once again, staying single arm to throw off our balance. So, right hand, right knee, same thing that we just did in that starting shape, except this time we hinge, find your balance, row with the right, and then bring yourself back up. Reestablish, hinge, row with the right, bring yourself back up. So playing with that balance, balance, balance. If you're like, nah, I'm good, just focus on that deadlift, that single leg deadlift. 7 seconds away. Left foot is down, right foot is lifted. Find that strength, that stability in your core. We take that deadlift, row right, and then bring yourself back up. We take that deadlift, row with the right, and bring yourself back up. Nice. I always kind of like to not cheat, just hold myself accountable by putting that left hand right on my hip to make sure that as I get tired, I don't let that hip start to kick out. I want to keep that hip popped in, that belly button drawn in, nice and stable, feeling the stretch down the back of my left glute, my left hamstring, and then right where I feel that stretch, that's where I'm going to squeeze, driving the left hip forward. 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. We have 2 legs. Right leg takes the work. We lift and lengthen first, then hinge at the hip. Take the row with the left. Drive that right hip forward. Taking the hinge at the hip. Driving your elbow past your ribs. Squeezing your right glute. And slow and steady. Just like our warm-up, we have a little finesse, a little toning, a little control of balance, stability work. And then we pair it with a little bit of explosiveness, a little bit of power. And slow and steady here. I know. We got 1 more rep. 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. I said at the beginning, 20 or 45 seconds, longer than we want it to be. All right, last move, no weights. So 2 options here, skaters and broad jumps, or lateral lunges and triple extensions. So first up, skaters and broad jumps. We're taking that explosive side-to-side movement, driving through the floor. If you're like, nah, I'm good, it's that alternating lateral lunge. Taking that step and step, alternating sides. B move is going to be our broad jump with a little back pedal. Once again, if you're like, nah, I'm good, then we're just doing that triple extension, triple flexion. So big deep squat, lift onto those tippy toes, hold for a second. Big deep squat, lift onto those tippy toes, hold for a second. So those are your A and your B. We'll get started here in 5 seconds with those skaters first in 3, 2, 1. Remember, it's a full 45 seconds. So either skaters or lateral lunge. There you go. Nice, y'all. Looking great. Pressing through, exploding through that outside of the foot. And we have that control, Now we want a little bit of that explosiveness, a little bit of that power. And 15 seconds. Press the floor away. Last 12. Last 10. Here we go. I know. Burn it out. We'll get a nice long breather. After this V move, 3, 2, 1. Either broad jump back pedal or big deep squat. So broad jump into that back pedal, or sit down into that squat, lift up onto your tippy toes. Sit down into that squat, lift up onto your tippy toes. Here we go. Jumping over my mat, landing softly, fast feet on the way back. We protect the knees, we protect the back by really cushioning that blow from the jump. Landing softly. And those fast feet as we back it up. 15 seconds. That's it. Yes, Vanessa, love this. Nice. There you go. And last 5. You might get one more good rep. That's it. 3, 2, 1. Breathe. 30 seconds. Air towel water. That's a long 90 right there. All right. So, good news is we know what we're doing. Better news is one more time. So, we're going to go back to the top. That curl press on that one leg. We are 10 seconds away. We're going to stand on the left leg. Right knee is going to lift. Finding your balance first. Strength and stability. Lift. Curl. Press, lower, lower. Remember, this is that stability, that toning work, that strength work. So we don't need to race through these moves. There you go. Perfect. Love that, y'all. These look so good. And 20 seconds left. I'm starting to feel it outside of my left hip, my left glute. Starting to fatigue out. I'm starting to want to bend and sloop. Sloop? No, that's not a word. Slouch? There we go. 5 seconds. That's it. We got 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Quick transition. Right foot's your standing foot. Left foot's going to lift. Find that balance. Curl. Press. Lower. Lower. Curl. Press. Lower, lower. There you go, just like that. 15 down, 30 to go. Strong and stable through your hips, through your core. Square through the shoulders. And nice balance, y'all. These look great. 15 left, that's it. As we fatigue, check in. What's going on here? What's going on here? Whee, as I fall over. 5 away, that's it. We got 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. We add just a little bit of oomph to these moves. So, feet are going to widen. We're going to start with that sumo squat, and then we go into our thrusters. Remember, feet are wider than the shoulders. Toes are pointed out at 45. Chest stays nice and lifted. 3, 2, 1. We take that sumo squat with that upright row. You want to sing. That's a little fast, but that's all right. You get the point. It's a silly looking move. There we go. And pulling up your suspenders, feeling your knees open wide, really activating the back and outside of that leg, that hip. 15 seconds left. That's it. That's it. There we go. Nice on those rows. Love it. Love it. Next stage, long shoulders stay down. Last 3, last 2, last 1. We rack them, elbows tight, thumbs into your shoulders, feet narrow just a hair. We're going to take that thruster, sit back into it, explode through the squat. Sit back into it, explode through the squat. And match your breath to your movement. Explode through that squat, shot put the weights through the roof. And there we go. Nice. Yep, just hop right back in. Love it, love it, love it. One straight line, hands, head, hips, and heels. Don't let it happen to creep into that take me Jesus pose of being here. No arching backs. Explode through the squat. Last 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Whew. 20 seconds to breathe. We slow it back down. Slow it back down. We're going to go into that deadlift with that row. Right hand takes the weight. Right knee is going to lift. We start by lifting and lengthening, really firming up that left hip. We hinge at the hip. Row with the right. Drive that left hip forward. Find your balance. Hinge at the hip. Your arm just hangs like a rope hanging from your shoulder. That weight, a plumb line falling from your shoulder until you draw your elbow past your rib, squeezing your back body, opening your front body. And remember, we have a full 45 seconds in each of these shapes. We never have to rush. We never have to race. We have 8 seconds left, time enough for one good, strong rep. 3, 2, 1. Switch it up. We still have 2 legs. Right foot is down, left foot lifts. We hinge. Drive your elbow past your ribs. Ooh, my balance is starting to go as I fatigue out here. And hinging at the hip, whee, as I fall. Elbow past the rib. Yeah, this is my bad leg. This is my tight hip. So I need to stay hyper aware, extra focused on what's going on. Driving your hip forward. Perfect, perfect. Nice, y'all. Back looks nice and flat. My yogis out there thinking warrior 3 and 8 seconds. Whee. Finish it off. Last 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Last 90 seconds. And we get that sweet sound of trumpets. We're taking those explosive skaters or lateral lunges side to side. We're going to take those explosive broad jumps or those squats. 90 seconds of work, 2 45-second intervals. Let's do this thing, y'all. Here we go. 90 seconds. That's it. That's it. Digging deep, pressing the floor away. Spine long, gaze forward. Don't let the back round. There we go. 15 down, 30 to go. You got this, you got this. Always, always, always have that option if we start to lose our shape of taking this into that lateral lunge. 15 seconds to go, that's it. There we go, my quads are starting to talk to me. Pressing through, last 7, last 5, last 3, 2, 1. Shake that off, that broad jump or that deep squat. 45 seconds, landing softly, and then back pedal, back pedal, back pedal, back pedal, back pedal. There we go. Back it up, back it up, back it up. Nice, nice, nice. Love those deep squats. Really sit down into it. Drive through, lift up, see if you can balance for a second. Drive through, lift up, see if you can balance. Try not to let the ankles break. And press through. Squeeze everything. It's like someone's tied a string to the crown of your head and they're pulling you up. Sit down in 10 seconds. We get those trumpets. 7 away, that's it. Last 5. Woo. Last 3, 2. Trumpets. All right. So let's slow it down just a hair. We're going to go back into our core work here. We're going to do an ABC. So we're going to do 90-second intervals still. but we're going to break it up into 3 30-second segments instead of 2 45-second segments. So we have our plank hip drops, our single leg jackknives, and our bridge march. So what those are going to look like. First up, that forearm plank hip drop. You're in your nice strong forearm plank. You're just going to tap your left hip to the ground, right hip to the ground, left hip to the ground. If that doesn't feel right for whatever reason, you can roll from side plank to side plank. Then we're going into that single leg jackknife. We're going to hit what I like to call the sexy abs, those front 8. We want them. Here we go. We roll back. Big high five behind the right. We roll back. Big high five behind the left. You can always bend your knees, crunch it in, and then you finish it off with that bridge march. Often overlooked part of the core, those buns. So press through the heels, squeeze at the hips, and then we're just going to march our hips or our feet. 30 seconds of each, and we'll get started here in 10 seconds. First up with those plank hip drops. 3, 2, 1. Nice strong forearm plank. Drop your hips from one side of the mat up and over to the other. Really thinking, keeping your neck long, starting to fire up those obliques. Shoulders down. Think of sending your hips up and over, soccer ball, beach ball. How high can you get those hips? In 7 seconds, we're going to flip right on over. 3, 2, 1. Flip it over. We're into that jackknife. We're on our backs. Big high five behind the right leg. Big high five behind the left leg. Alternating between the two. Big high five behind the right. Oh, sweat dripping in my eyes. That's a good sign, but not very comfortable. So 15 down, 15 to go. Getting those bottom 4 abs by lifting the leg. Getting those top 4 abs by lifting the shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Pull the heels in. We press through our heels, squeeze our buns, and then we just march it out here. Hips are lifted, shoulders are down, and we just march. We want to be able to place those 2 Sunday morning mimosas right on your hips, and don't spill a drop. Hips stay nice and square, core stays nice and strong, glutes stay nice and active. And last 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Little breather. We flip on over. And we're going to head right back into this in just about, 5 seconds. We're into those forearm planks. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Hip drop side to side. Remember, if this hip drop doesn't feel right on the back, the shoulder, the neck, wherever, it might be a little bit more comfortable to play with those side plank rolls. Maybe you find the best way to activate your obliques. 10 seconds here. That's it. And last 5. And 3, 2, 1. Flip it on over. We got that side of the abs. Now we hit the front of the abs. Jackknife behind the right. Jackknife behind the left. And breathing with each crunch. 15 down, 15 to go. Home stretch, home stretch, home stretch. Last 6 seconds. Balance it out. Try to get one on the right, one on the left. 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Pull the heels in. Fire up that posterior, that backside. Press and march. And lifting the hips that 1 inch higher. March it out. Just breathe. You got 12 seconds. That's it. Don't let the hips start to drop. And last 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. 20 seconds to breathe. One more round. That's it. 90 seconds on those abs. And then we'll finish this thing off in style. So we are about 7 seconds away. Last 90. One more time through. We got this. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Take those hips side to side. And really focus on keeping your neck long. Don't let yourself sink into it. Keep that forearm plank first and foremost. And just like that, 10 seconds. Here we go. Last 5. We're gonna flip like a pancake. 3, 2, 1. Flip it on over. Got that jackknife. Big high five behind the right. Woo! I'm feeling this, y'all. Feeling this. Abs are talking to me. Slow and controlled in that crunch. Really let those abs do the work. Yeah. 15 down, 15 to go. And 8. Try to get one more on each side. Last 3, 2, 1. Pull the heels in. 30 seconds. That's it. Press the hips to the sky and make sure you're leading with your pelvis, not your belly button. Don't let a little arch in the low back creep its way in. And there we go, there we go. 12 seconds, that's it. That's it. In 3, 2, 1, and done. Awesome. So let's finish this thing off in style. We are going to quickly burn out with one last little set here. Let's find the right timer. Awesome. 4 minutes of work. This is how we finish. We just plowed through a secret agent, a renegade row, and a push-up. So secret agent, you're gonna take that one weight, you're gonna hold it in your right hand, big step back with that right foot, pass it under, it's now in your left hand, big step back with your left hand. We're gonna come on into that renegade row, hovering over. We row right, we replace, we row left, we replace. Always have that option of just holding that nice strong plank or coming down to a tabletop, and then we finish with everyone's favorite, some push-ups. So that's it. That's all. Earn those trumpets. We'll dive on in 10 seconds away. We start with that. Secret agent man. Right hand takes the weight. We put it all together. Right foot's going to go back in space and pass it underneath. Press up. Pass it underneath. Press up. The only time that weight should switch hands is underneath your legs. There you go. Taking a big enough step backwards that we're able to drop the back knee, that we're able to keep the front knee behind your toes. Nice, y'all. And 15 seconds. Last 8. Press the floor away. In 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Weight goes down. We're going to take that renegade row, either a tabletop position, we row left, we row right, or that nice strong plank. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Either tabletop with that row, or if you're feeling fancy, try that plank with that row. Really strong and stable. Really think of spreading your fingers in this plank, digging your fingertips into the mat, activating your hands to protect your wrists. More than halfway there. And home stretch. 12 seconds. That's it. Last 7. Last 5. 3, 2, 1. Weight goes to the side. Roll it out. Let's finish this thing off. Everyone's favorite push-ups. You can either take those in that high plank. You can drop to your knees. You can do a plank down where you just focus on the descent. 3, 2, 1. This is the last thing we're doing. Make it count. Make it count. It is 45 seconds. You don't have to do 45 push-ups. Press the floor away. Shove the floor away. There you go. Matching breath to movement, either in that high plank. Always the option of dropping to the knees, but keep the tailbone tucked under, pressing the floor away. As I said, you can do that plank down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring yourself up however you need. Lower yourself down. That's where the work happens. Last 7 seconds. Earn it, earn it, earn it. Last 3, 2, 1. Knees wide, toes together. Sit back into that child's pose. And just breathe. Couple of deep breaths into your low back. Walk your fingertips over towards the right. Reach your left or your tailbone towards your left heel. And walk your fingertips over towards the left. Reach your tailbone towards your right heel. And bring it up, tabletop position. Go through a little cat-cow here. Exhaling all of your breath out, spine to the ceiling. Deep breath in, gaze to the ceiling. Exhaling all of your breath out, spine to the ceiling. Deep breath in, gaze to the ceiling. Flipping your toes, push it back, downward dog, pedaling through the backs of your legs, ankles, calves. Heels to the mat, hips to the sky. Walk your fingers back towards your hands, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders can roll up and back. One more time, bring those hands up, interlace fingers above your head, palms to the sky, lean on over. And bring it back over towards the other side, lean on over in the other direction. Releasing any of that shoulder work, interlace fingers behind your back, roll your shoulders back and down, chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder, right ear to right shoulder. Shaking that off one more time. We'll bring our hands up, capturing all of that light, all of that love. Bring it on down to your heart. Awesome, awesome, awesome work, y'all. Whew. Nope, the outside, the cool fall